WC here, and we're back with another Survival Saturday with overnight. So I'm actually back at base camp. I'm still scouting for that perfect spot. So I'll set up camp here tonight, and then I'm going to do some hiking either tonight or tomorrow morning to find the spot for that semi-permanent shelter that I've been talking about. But I want to test some gear while I'm out here. So I have, as promised, I always like to test the Battle Box gear when I get it. This is the Gloco Headlamp. This came in last month's Battle Box. I'll be comparing it, doing a night test, showing the features, and see how well it performs. And I also will be comparing it to Hybrid Light, which also came in Battle Box, not necessarily the month before, but it came from Battle Box. Another tool I want to test from Battle Box is actually the Snippit Multi tool. I want to see how well it performs and to see if it's something I want to add to my kit or not. We'll see how it does. I mean, I'm really interested to see. I mean, the scissors doesn't seem like a bad thing to have out here, but if it, I've seen some other people say don't carry too much. So we'll need to look into that. And then during my hike tomorrow, I'll be having Minotaur's dark chocolate granola crunch cereal. You can have it as a snack, can have it with cold milk, and you say, how you have it cold milk? Well, Minotaur actually came up with instant milk. So I'll get to have a nice cereal with milk tomorrow morning. So I'm really excited for that. But for tonight, my final item, you guys see me with the Gold Armour tarp. I've had a regular tarp out here, and I just trying to keep evolving into the next step. So really enjoyed the tarp, so I got the hammock. So I'm going to show a quick video on how I got the hammock all set up, and we'll see how it performs overnight. So let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do is set up the hammock. And I did buy the hammock with the bug netting because the mosquitoes are absolutely crazy right now. So I will go ahead and start setting this up. I'll probably speed through it, but you'll see how easy it is. I'll put the bug netting on after I get the hammock up. I'll show you an easy way to do it, but let's get the hammock up first. So first thing I want to do is open it up. It comes with 2 tree straps. You cinch those around the tree about 6 foot, and then you're basically done. But this is actually the hammock bag. Comes right out. It's part of it. And boom, it's out. So let's go ahead and get it put up. All right, so I had to expand the gap a little bit to get a full stretch on the hammock. So you need at least, I don't know, in my opinion, at least 20 feet between the trees, and then make sure the trees are big enough so they don't sway. So now we're going to go ahead and put the big bug net up. And that all it is it has a fly line, and then you run this across, and I'll show you how to put the bug net through the hammock, because it's actually, when you open it up, this is also part of the bag, but it goes through this hole right here on one side, and you feed it all the way through, and then it's enclosed, and it sits on the fly line, and you have a zipper, so it works really well. So I always put the clamp on one side, and then I'm going to open up the hammock one side, slip this through, and run all the way through the hammock. And then you can get inside. Doesn't feel like much of a hammock. All right, after a few minor issues, I finally got the hammock up. You have to have the right distance between the trees. You have to have the right size trees so it doesn't bow the trees when you lay in it. But we'll see how it goes. I finally got set up behind me. The bug net is really nice. We'll see how it works tonight. I'll give a good review on it tomorrow. But I got the Gold Armour tarp now, and I'm going to set up I believe it's a plow configuration where it's just over here, so I can have the fire up here and be exposed to fire and see how it goes. You're going to want to make sure you get good coverage on each side with the tarp. In case if you set it up too far to the left or right, I know it sounds obvious, but I set it up and it looked straight, and then I've seen there was exposure from the element. So you want to make sure that you're set up before you start staking or tying anything down. I also taped off the tie down lines with some duct tape just so it doesn't get tangled up. I got my tarp up now. It's over my hammock. I got good cover, and I was lucky enough I got trees where I could actually tie these off instead of stake them, so it gives me a little bit more of a better shelter as far as outward. I really like it. Pretty cool. The hammock fits in there good. Should be pretty awesome. Also, when I use the tape strips, I actually just put them on the case, and then you can take them off and reuse them. But I found that it's, there's probably other ways to tie them, but I found it really easy just to tape them up when you get done with them. That way they don't get tangled up. All right, another good use for duct tape. Like I say, I use the tender and fire starter, but duct tape is really good to have just to roll on, and it's especially for wet conditions, because I use my pickle lighter. Just roll it up, and then you start it with the lighter itself, and it's really effective, like I said, in wet or cold. But as a worst case, if you needed to get a fire starter, you just roll it up, set it down, let it burn, and you can throw your tinder over it. Like I got some birch. And that way you can get your fire going just a different way. I'll be going through a couple different methods as I start fires out here. All right, it's morning time. It's about 6 a.m. I'm going to hit the trail and see if I can find a better spot for the camp, and then we'll set up, show some items off, and eat some breakfast. But the hammock worked great. Much more comfortable to sleep in a hammock versus like the hard ground, even with the pad. And the bug netting was great too. The only bugs that was in is the ones I let in, and that was a big change. It was like I said, the mosquitoes were swarming. As soon as I got inside that net, no problems. So I think I found the semi-permanent shelter spot. I'll show you the picture shortly after this, but I just want to show I've got large trees, got one in that corner, one in that corner, one in that corner. Probably do some wall in between a couple of them. I had a doorway on one, but there's a lot of opportunities out here. I walked a good part of the area this morning, and a lot of just thick brush areas, and I'll show those pictures, but it really didn't have a good foundation for, I didn't really want to clear all that out. This one's actually pretty clear as it is, but I'm definitely hungry, so it's time to eat some breakfast and show off some of the gear I was talking about. All right, we're going to start off with the Gloco Headlamp. I did an unboxing of the bottle box. It came in here. I did a light test of it last night. It has the feature where it kind of folds back down. You can get a nice angle when you got it on your headlamp. It doesn't come off the bracket, but it's still pretty cool. It comes with this cord to charge it up, which I wanted to show a feature with the battery backup, because it's nice out here. You use it at night, or use it at night and then you wake up in the morning, you want to make sure it's recharged for the next night. You can actually just plug it in and charge it. So on the very bottom of the lamp, the headlamp, there is a little cover. You just pop that off, slap the charger in there, and there's a light that comes on to show your status. And I just use the battery backup to show. And all links will be down below for all products, so you guys can check them out if you want. Now, when it's charging, it'll have a red light. But when it's fully charged, it actually turns green, so that's a good feature. But like I said, I like to charge it with my battery backup during the day. And then I'm going to show you some of the night footage now. So we're testing our flashlights or headlamps. So this is the feature that it's basically a motion sensor. And you just put your hand in front of it and it turns it on and off. That's pretty interesting. Here's the standard like beam feature. And then you click it one more time. You get a LED feature that gives like a more widespan view. You click it one more time, you get actually both. So you get the beam and the LED, which it has the pretty nice lighting effect. And then we hit it one more time, gives you the red light, and then the blinking red. So overall, pretty nice light. It says it lasts anywhere from 6 to 20 hours, guaranteed based on how much or which one you're using. And then this is a comparison of the hybrid light. So this is the beam from the current lamp. Okay, this is the hybrid light. I've displayed this before. This is supposed to be 75 lumen. You see it doesn't hold up that long range. It has a really nice LED up front. And here's the Gloco. Like I said, it's got nice beam, and then turn it up to the LED. It's got the same, I'd say, span as the hybrid light, and then you can double it up. So that's really nice. As you can see in the night footage, it's actually a pretty decent lamp for the woods. It has a nice beam. The LED coverage is very nice. The red light, not too bad. It looks like, I think I've seen brighter. And then the blinking red light was nice. I'm still learning about the sensor feature, but I'm going to probably stick to just the beam because that was probably the best, the beam and the LED. But I'm pretty sure that'll probably drain the battery the fastest, obviously, because you're using the most power. But overall, I think it's a good lamp if you need more light than the hybrid light. The hybrid light has its advantages too, being able to take it off. You can't take it off the bracket on the Gloco. But overall, both headlamps are great. I am going to keep them both in my kit. One for main and one for backup. Next item I want to go through is the Snippit Compact Scissor Multi-Tool. Now, instead of a pair of pliers in the top portion, it's scissors. Which, you know, I think your multi-tool is going to be good, but I'm always going to have my main multi-tool on me. As far as a backup, this isn't terrible to have. Looks like a decent construction. I don't like how these arms are kind of like affixed out here, because it doesn't look like they move that I know of, and they're always out. So when you're getting the tools out, they kind of get in the way. But for the tools, you know, you got your tweezer, and it says all in the back. You know, your tweezers, your flathead screwdriver, your fingernail file, and then your bottle opener. It's got a little screwdriver right here. This is a toothpick and then a blade. So pretty basic. And you put all the tools back in. Like I said, these guards, when you use the scissors, they're nice, but they get in the way when you're kind of putting the tools away. But they're not too bad. So as far as the scissor aspect, that's, you know, pretty basic function. I'm going to use them to open up my Minotaur dark chocolate granola crunch cereal. And I'm going to use this as a bowl. So I'm going to cut right here. And it cuts just fine. Wow, that looks fantastic. So oh, it smells really good too. So this can be eaten as a snack and can be use cold water with the cereal or use hot water. Now, we'll get to that in a second, but like I said, the scissors worked pretty good. And it folds up to be pretty compact. Doesn't have a holder or anything like that, but it does have a belt clip. So overall, not sure about this one just yet. These do fold in, but it's not, I'm not sold on it 100% yet. I will keep on the kit, kind of play with it. It's one of those things you kind of mark and say, okay, how many times am I going to use it? And if you're not using it, you may not obviously need it to remove it. All right, now it's time to make the instant milk. So you just got to add 8 ounces of cold water, and we'll let it sit. And while that sits up, we'll try a couple other things. This is freeze-dried milk. No smell to it or anything, so that's pretty cool. So I got the milk set up. I got this one ready, and I was looking at instructions. You know, you can eat it as a snack. You can eat it with the 8 ounces cold milk. But I want to try it with the hot water too, so I'm going to bust another one open. Use my Snippit Multi tool and get that one ready to go, because I'm going to get some water boiling. We're going to have some hot cereal too. It's like these scissors they're okay, but a knife would do all the same things. All right, we're going to add our hot water to the one on the left. About 8 ounces of hot water to do it. And give it a quick stir, and we're going to kind of set it aside. Look at that, chocolate's already melting. Wow. All right, so I'm excited to try that. I typically like cold cereals, but I really wanted to try the hot too. So I'm going to use this. Kind of cinch that down. All right, forgot. But I do want to try it as just a snack, right? On the go, want a handful. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, just as a snack, fantastic. The dark chocolate is so rich. You got like a honey, granola, and it looks like little bits of strawberry. It's really delicious. Just as a snack, that would be definitely a good pick you up on your go, because lots of energy food right there. And then, you know, very versatile. And, you know, I love versatility in breakfast. So, now we have it for a snack. We got the instant milk ready to go. And this is formed up right quick. Look at that. Impressive. So now we have a bowl of cereal. And it's got the gusset, so all you gotta do is cut the top off, and you got yourself a bowl. Let's get a bite of this cereal form. The milk formed up really good. Oh wow. Here we go. Snack form was great, but this makes me feel like I'm sitting home at the kitchen table, just pulled a bowl of cereal. That is spot on. Just a great wholesome cereal. The milk tastes exactly like milk. That is so awesome. I've had some of the Russian milks from other rations and whatnot, and they have like a weird aftertaste. This does not. This is fantastic. Let's go and take a look at this hot cereal. See how it's doing. Still piping hot. So all the chocolate's kind of melted up. The water. Let's give that a bite. Hot cereal is great. And all the chocolate melted in and infused with all the other bits of granola. Now, one thing to consider, if you have a hard time crunching like granola, obviously is harder. If you add the hot water, it softens it up. So it almost makes it like a nice, hot, soft cereal. The regular, traditional way, it would get soft eventually after soaking the milk, just like all cereal does. And then the crunchy is your standard. So all three variations are fantastic. But I want to spice one up, because I got a little true strawberry, and I'm going to put it in the breakfast cereal. And I'm just going to throw that in there and add a little more strawberry flavor. So I got it in there now. I'm just going to give it a stir. I'm a huge fan of strawberries and chocolate, so I'm really excited for this. Oh yeah, that was MVP. The strawberry flavor, just like, it feels like I just added fresh strawberries to it. Oh no, keep in mind, I'm not a huge pineapple fan, but there's also true pineapple and true orange that you may enjoy in your cereals as well, or other items. So overall, great breakfast. I'm going to go ahead and clean up camp, and we'll talk more in final thoughts. So final thoughts on items I reviewed during the overnight. Start off with the hammock. It's a Gold Armour Hammock and bug net. It is easy to set up, but I was having issues with it, not because of the item, but because of operator error. You got to have the proper distance between the trees, and you got to have the right load-bearing trees, because I was setting it up on weaker trees, and then it would buckle down, and I got too close to the ground. So I'm still working on that. I did get it figured out. That's why I'm out here. I'm learning and I'm figuring it out. But as far as the product, overall, really good. The hammock was really easy to sleep in, worked out really good. It's got little pockets on the side. You can put stuff in the pockets, like I had my knife in there, my light, stuff I might need during the night. The tarp worked great, and the bug net. The bug net worked fantastic. It is mosquito crazy out right now. I got in there. I have no issues with mosquitoes, ticks, spiders, all that. The bug net is 100%. I recommend it. Next item, Gloco Headlamp. I got this out of the battle box. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think it works great. It has a very varied versatility as far as the beam, LED light, the red light. Still testing the time as far as the how long it will last, but I got my battery backup to recharge if needed. So I'm going to keep it on me. I think it is of equal use, if not a little bit better than hybrid light. Next item is the snippet tool. It's the scissors multi-tool. I'm going to say anything this can do, a knife can do. So it's varied on your how much weight you want to carry and what you want to carry. Would it be nice to have for all the other smaller tools and whatnot? Yes. Is it needed? I would say probably not. It's still something I may set aside for the, well, I got it actually to fold up this time. I might set this aside in one of my packs because it is kind of low profile, and just have it just in case and my multi-tool fails or I lose my multi-tool. But like I said, I don't know if I would just go out and just outright get one. Next item we have is the dark chocolate granola crunch cereal from Minotaur Trading Company. This stuff is fantastic, cold, hot, or on the go. People are going to have their preferences. They might prefer it cold. I actually prefer mine cold, but on a cold winter day, it might be nice to have it really hot. And it's really nice to have a snack on the go. You can put it in your pocket or, you know, in your pouch and just snack on it as you're hiking and the trails. And then instant milk, it tasted like milk out of a gallon jug. Like I said, when I made this cereal, I felt like I was at home in the kitchen just eating a bowl of cereal. It was awesome. And then I add that true strawberry to kick it up. That was MVP. That was awesome. Got some awesome products going on Minotaur Trading Company. Go check them out. I'll put the website below and use WC for that 10% off. But overall, it was a fun camping trip. It didn't go as planned. I had a lot of problems, not because of the products, just because I'm learning. But that's why I'm out here. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So that's all I got now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.